Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I am the Gray Cat and we're doing something a little different today. We're going to play Pro Cycling Manager 2015. This is the first year that contained the Pro Cyclist mode, and that's what we're going to be playing. We're going to start a brand new rider and go through that rider's career. Alright, here's your first page. Our name will be Doug Gray, and our first name will be Cat. So we are Cat the Gray. We're going to be from the United States because that's where I'm from. Let's see. Alright, skin color looks good. We're going to go down. Actually, no. We're going to go up to 170. That's about 5'7". And we're going to go down to 63 kilograms. That's about 139 pounds. We're going to keep 19 years. That's as low as you can go. We're going to change this to stage races. This rider is quite versatile and will excel above all in the mountains and on time trials. The ideal type of rider if one ever hopes to win a race like the Tour de France, and that's what we're going for. We're going for a grand champion potential. Higher potential, easier the rider will be able to develop his attributes during his career. To start in this mode, it is advisable that you play with the grand champion potential. So that's also going to help us win grand tours like the Tour de France. So you'll see we start out with a 60 flat, 67 mountain, 64 hills, 67 time trial, 67 prologue. Our cobblestones and sprint and acceleration are low at 55. Our downhill is 65. Our Barradur or fighter is 60. Our stamina is 54. Our resistance is 56. And our recovery is 62. So we're going to keep that. There's only one photo, so we're going to keep that. And we're going to hit next. And here you get to pick your team. We have Optipoly Strat, which will be the 11th best rider on that team, but will be 3rd best in time trials and 5th best in climbing, 4th best in stage race. They all have a salary of 25 euros per month for a 1-year contract. This is a 2.5 star team, so that's pretty good. You have over here Axe Pro Cycling. Will be the 6th best rider out of only 13 on this team. Will be, again, 4th best in stage races, 5th best in climbing, and 5th best in time trials. So we're actually lower on time trials on that one than we are this one. It's only a 1.5 star team, probably because of the number of riders. They just can't compete in as many races. Most races you have to have, somewhere between 6 and 8, 9 riders, and so they might only be able to do one race at a time, whereas this team with 20 riders can probably do 2 races at a time, with one set of riders in one race and one set of riders in another race. And then here we have a foreign team. I'm not sure what flag that is. That's Switzerland? Maybe Norway? I don't know. Not really good at flags. Cult Energy Pro will be bad. 16th best on this one. This is a Continental Pro team. That's one level up from Continental. We do want to start at the bottom, but maybe not this far at the bottom. Eventually help our own team upgrade to the Continental Pro level, and then hopefully from there we'll go to the World Tour level, which there are rules about that, and I can go into that later on when we get to that part of the game. I think I'm going to choose Octopoly Strat. I've chose this team before. I like the uniform. So like charcoal gray, and I like gray. So that's probably what we're going to go with to start out. Again, we are the third best time trials on this team, fourth best stage racer, fifth best climber. So maybe it might not take us too long to get to be a leader on this team. So we're going to hit next. And it's constructing the calendar. Initializing your career. Welcome to Pro Cyclist mode, which just says welcome to Pro Cyclist mode. So we can get rid of that one. Not important. We'll go to the training page. Basically, this is Office. You'll see up here, Rider, Team, Results, World. Here in the Office, it says Object, but basically it's emails or something that you're getting from your team. Maybe letters, but I assume it's emails. Rider data. Over here, you can see your numbers, contract information, your health, your fit to race, the different teams that you've raced for, and a few stats over here. You'll see season number 1, we haven't raced any days, no major tour, no salary. Results, we have no results. Career, this team, this year, that's our career. Again, we can go into training, and you'll see we have fitness. Let's uncheck all these so I can show them to you as we go. You have fitness, that's your blue line. As you go in races, it will move up a little bit, and then if you don't go in a race, it will move down. Freshness is kind of the opposite. When you're in a race, it will go down, and then when you're not racing, it'll go up. Rhythm, again, the opposite. When you're in a race, it'll go up, and it'll stay up for a little while. And then when you're not racing, it'll slowly start to come down. And tiredness is just something that you have to worry about over the course of a season. Basically, you do not want it to get up here over 50%, because then you'll start feeling the effects from it. We're going to leave this as it is for right now on 3. In here under progression, you'll see your attributes and your axis of training. And you can start out with puncher. Basically, you can start out with anything here. Time trial, you get big on time trial, big on prologue, big on flat, 2 to flat, 1 to hills, 1 to stamina, 3 to resistance, 2 to recovery. Northern Classics, that'll help your cobblestones and your flat, your stamina, a few others. I already did time trial. Climber, this is probably where we'll start out. Helps your mountains a lot, your hills and your time trial a little bit, your acceleration and your downhill, 2, and you should get 2 to stamina, 3 to resistance, and 2 to recovery. Stage races, mountains a lot, hills a little, time trial a lot, prologue a little, downhill 2, stamina 1, resistance 1, recovery 3. Barradur or fighter, you get 3 to flat, you get 1 to hills, time trial, prologue, cobblestone, sprint, acceleration, 3 to stamina, 2 to resistance, 1 to recovery. Sprinter, 1 to flat, 1 to prologue, 3 to sprint, 3 to acceleration, 2 to stamina, resistance, and recovery. And then puncher, which is where it originally had us, 1 to flat, 1 to mountain, 3 to hills, 1 to sprint, 3 to excel, 3 to stamina, 2 to resistance, 1 to recovery. Now, I like this, and I mean, this is okay, but this is something we're going to work on later. But we're going to start out with climber. We're going to bump that mountain way up We're going to get the acceleration and the downhill up, and we're going to help out these pretty good. I'd like to, do that 3-2-1 thing, but, this is good. Resistance helps you out over the course of one day's race. Stamina helps you out over the course of 1 day race. And then recovery will help you over multiple days. So that's all pretty good. They're all going to go up at a pretty good level. Climbing and air resistance are going to go up the most. So we're going to go with that first. We're going to check our schedule. We'll be in these 3 races first, the Sinai Cup 1, 2, and 3. These are basically for younger riders. I think you have one kind of flat with a little bit of hills toward the end, then one mostly flat, and then one that's a little bit more climbing in this one. They have us in the Herald Sun race, which you can go in and you can look at the profiles of each stage here. You've got a time trial to start out, kind of a prologue. Mostly flat, one little hill toward the end, one climb in the middle that doesn't look like much. A flat stage, almost entirely flat. Another kind of flat stage with 2 small hills. And then the last stage is a little bit more climbing with a little climb at the end. But this may or may not fit our attributes very well. So we might see if we can get out of that. But we only got 10 points. They have us in the Ruta de Andalusia. And again, this one starts with a prologue. There we go. This has got some more climbing right here. This is pretty good. And then next stage, this one ends on a nice little climb. It's good for us. This one's more flattish, a couple little climbs in the middle. It looks like one of the stages from the other race. And you'll see a lot of these courses are repeated throughout different races. And then this 5th stage, you got some good climbing, but it does end on kind of a flattish downhill part. And then the 6th stage, almost totally flat. Looks like it loops around, probably inside of a city, mostly for sprinters. So we'll see about that. They're both 2.1. They're kind of a week apart, so that's okay. You'll see the stars. That means they're a sponsor's objective. You hover over there. That's a 1.5 star objective. That's a 3-star objective. This GP Delodrome, 2-star objective. That's a 2-star objective. That looks like it has some cobblestones in it. We're not in that race. We are in this Grande Premio Inter do Guardiana 2-stage race. Let's look at that. Kind of starts out with a flat stage and then kind of a hilly stage. May not be the best for us, but we're not really good at anything right now, so we probably take what we can get this first year. As you can see, this Tour of Malaysia, which is 8 stages, has a 2 here. We actually have to win a race before we're allowed to get into that one. We're in the Tour of Sochi, which is a 4-stage race. Kind of mostly flat. Time trial mostly flat, but it is kind of longish. It's not super long, but it's not a prologue. This one, this has a climb on the end of it, so hopefully, that might be good for us. And then this one, has some uphill and then a little climb, but it does end on a flat. But it's only a 4-stage race, so we might hang in that one. La Route de Normandie. It's a 7-stage race. This will be our longest one so far. Starts with a prologue, 4.8 kilometer time trial. Then a mostly flat stage. Mostly flat stage. This one's pretty short. Another mostly flat stage, and it's pretty short. This one's a little longer. This is more like the length of what you might see in a World Tour race, 184 kilometers. but it's still mostly flat. Just tiny little climbs. Stage 6 again, mostly flat. And stage 7, mostly flat. So there's a lot of flat stages in that. But the time trial will maybe play to our abilities a little bit. You can see they got us a pretty full schedule here at the beginning. In fact, we will be racing for 11 days straight right there. We might try to get out of this one-day race. What did the... Yeah, I don't know about that. 193 kilometers. Just looping over a course with a little different finish. But it's definitely flat. Won't help us. Alright, let's see what they got us for the rest of the year. Tour de Loire at Chair a Provost. 5 stages. Flat, 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 and long. 231 kilometers. Flat, flat. Not much going on in that one. They have us in this Rutland Milton, which has some cobblestones, but it is green. It's 203 kilometers, mostly flat. It's not a team objective, so it's not going to cost too many points to get out of. The Hodland Classic. And if we win a race, we can get into the California Road Tour. See what this one looks like. Oh, this one's kind of lumpy. It's a hill stage, more for the punchers. We'll see about that. It is only a 1.2 category. It's Continental, not Continental Pro. Although there will be probably some Continental Pro, some World Tour teams in there. See, you got the Circuit de Wallonie. It's definitely a cobblestone race. It is a team objective, half a star. We're not in it. They know we're not good at cobblestones, so maybe that's why they're not putting us in there. We got the Tour de Rhone Alpes Isère, 4 stages. This got some climbing, a little bit of climbing. Some flat finishes there. Good climbing, flat finish, and lots of climbing, but a flat finish. So, I mean, like I said, we don't have many points to change stuff, so we might just have to take what we get. Oh, they don't even have us in that one. That's good. We are in this Baltic Carcanos Tour, which starts with flat, another flat, another flat. That one was long, 223. This one's got tiny little climbs at the end. Here we go. We have a mountain time trial, 9.7 kilometers, almost all uphill, maybe flattens out a little bit at the finish. This will suit our attributes. And then the last stage actually has some climbing with a climb at the finish, or a little bit of a climb at the finish, uphill. It's 82 kilometers, so that's not bad. This will probably be a good race for us. And the GP Berlin, it's a 1-day race. It's 2.5 stars for our team objectives. No cobblestones, but it is kind of long at 215.7 kilometers. Let's see what we're going now. Here, these orange ones are the national championship. That'll be the time trial, and that'll be the road race. And they got us in the Tour of Malopolska, which starts out flat. And then this one has some climbing. And this one has some climbing. That would be a decent race for us. And then we're in the GP de Solidarite. Just 5 stages. Got flat, flat, flat. There's some climbing. And a little bit of climbing, but a flattish finish. Might be not the best for our skills, but we, take what we can get at this point. And then, okay, they do have us in the Tour of Utah. That's good. Although there is one stage of the Tour of Utah that will not load for my game, and I have to quick simulate it. It's stage 3. Mostly flat. There's some good climbing in this one, but it is flat. This is the one that will not load. I'll have to quick sim that one and take what I get. This one ends on a nice climb. That's pretty good for us. This one's flattish. This one ends on a nice climb. That's good for us. And this one has lots of climbing. It does end on a downhill, and you're looping this one little climb many times over. But we'll see how we do in that one. And we're in the Tour of Alberta. Starts out with a team time trial. Not too good at that. Mostly flat, little climb. Here's some climbs with a little uphill finish. Here's some bigger climbs with a bigger uphill finish. Mostly flattish. And then again with a loop around the little climb with a little downhill finish there. So, and the Guska Pija, or whatever that is. Totally flat. I definitely don't want to think I want to be in that. I want to get rid of that. Wonder how many days they have it scheduled for. There's nothing after that. Nothing available after that. So let's see. There's 7, and 7 is 14. 5, 6, 7, 21, 24. There's 7, 31, 32, 33, and 5 is 38. 38 and 11 is 49. 51, 52, 53, and 5 is 58. 63, and 3 is 66. So they've got a schedule for 66 days. Definitely, let's see, what was the objective on that? It's a 2-star objective. It does have some climbs. A little bumpy at the finish. We had that 2-stager. I definitely like both of those races, so I don't want to get out either of those. What was this one? Rutland Melon, not a team objective, and it had cobblestones. Let's get out of that. It's going to leave it blank for a little while, but that's okay. This Hodling Classic, what was that? Oh, that was lumpy. We'll stay in that. And Miss Berlin, 2.5 stars as far as the team objective goes. I guess we'll keep that. And we did get, no, that's not the last month period. This was flat. It's right, yeah, okay, we'll get out of that. Maybe, hopefully, we'll gain some points over time. Maybe we'll win a victory. If we win a race, we can get in the Tour of Colorado, and maybe the California Road Tour. I can get in those, and then maybe we'll dump a couple of these other ones. But so we're going to start there. Oh, did not confirm my changes. So go back, hit confirm. Yep, okay. So we got 4 points left. We might gain a few points over the season. We'll see. And we're going to hit continue. And we got a new message. So stop the simulation by hitting spacebar. Change your schedule. We already did that. Continue again. As long as we don't get a new message, we'll just keep going right up until the next race, which is B, Sinai Cup number 1. All right, here we are, Sinai Cup number 1, San Sebastian to San Sebastian. And you'll see this is our team, and these are our teammates that are in this race. We have Bjorn Solander, Ryan Anderson, Philip Gimon, Eric Young, Tom Zarbel, and Kat DeGray. That's us. And we have average fitness. We have a pretty low average. We have the lowest average of any of the people in this race. But we are the best climber. Philip Gimon is the better climber than us. So we'll go to the briefing. You can see there's our team. It gives you a little information about your fitness, average. Tom has good fitness. We all have bad rhythm because it's the beginning of the year. And we all have excellent freshness other than Bjorn Solander. He has very good. I don't know what he did to make his freshness come down. Maybe he's coming off an injury. We'll see. And then these will show you the teams that are in the race, some of the other riders that are in the race. Probably no one we've ever heard of in this one. There might be a few, though. And then there's the rest of the teams. There's us, Opta. And here are the favorites. Sonny Colbrelli is in there. I've definitely heard of him. And a few of these. You'll see some of the names aren't quite the same as what the actual riders are. But it looks like they're considering this a punchy stage with the hills and the acceleration number being most important. And stamina being pretty important, even flat being pretty important. The strategy for this race is our leader is Philip Gimon. They want him to follow any attacks and ride for the stage. Tom Zarbel, they want him to attack and ride in a breakaway. And we are a teammate. Do not attack is our message. So we'll see what happens. Let's go in and get going. Some nice little climbs at the finish there. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. We don't have very good numbers yet. We may just have to hang on and see if we actually finish with the lead group. Their first race. They're a brand new rider, brand new professional. Maybe we had an amateur career, but we have no record of that. It's the first anyone has ever heard of Cat DeGray as a.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The profile of the route is really a mixed bag, so everybody should find a section to be pleasing. Today's race will be run under pouring rain.
One of the things I like to do, I like to move this to 60% and give a little effort, get up to the front of the pack. Start this out here in the middle, to the edge here, make our way towards the front, and then we will maintain position once we get out here, move it back up to 70. We'll just try to hang on from here. There goes somebody in a breakaway. Vanderweist. A few others. Yeah, and the peloton is chasing this group down, looks like. Their teammate. Looks like these guys might be trying to get out, but nobody's really wanting to let them go.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Some more attackers.
Breakaway!
And again, the peloton starts to chase. You'll see my red number blinking here, but I'll catch back up once they catch whoever it was they were trying to chase down. Only time I really want to raise it above 70 is if I start falling too far toward the back of the pack and have a chance at actually losing contact with the main group, then I'll raise it up. Or if, once I get to be a better rider, definitely want to keep myself in the first third of the main group, almost at all times. Don't want to get too far back in that. Anytime you're toward the back, you're more susceptible to crashes. You're more susceptible to the group splitting up and behind. Hey, Marble, our teammates attacking, but they're going to try to chase him down. There they go. At this point, we're just trying to hang on. like these two guys have established themselves as the breakaway group. There is another one.
Breakaway at the front.
Some more trying, but we're chasing them. My teammate Eric Young has really been heavily involved in chasing down the breakaways. So I assume he's working for our leader. Make sure that no one that has a good chance at staying out and defeating our leader, Iman, is in the breakaway. Or maybe he wants to be in the breakaway himself, and he doesn't want anybody to get too far ahead so that he can have a chance to go out. It was a pretty long chase. We fell pretty far back that time, but as you see, we catch right up once they slow down. Because we are trying to hold the position that we kind of started with, which we were in front when we hit that button. So basically, we're going to try to stay back right behind any group of riders that are relaying, kind of working for the peloton. Each team might have somebody up there, or a few teams might have more riders up there. They want to manage the distance to the breakaway from the peloton, and so they'll ride at a certain speed and try to keep the main group up to a certain speed. And we can get a closer look at the profile by holding our mouse button over here, clicking, sliding along. You'll see that's a nice climb right there. And then toward the end, okay, these three here are pretty steep. I got a feeling it's going to split the field. I don't know if our mountain numbers are good enough to hang on with the group, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, looks like a breakaway is pretty much established. It's 3 minutes now. Probably won't be too many more attacks from here on out. We'll speed it up a little bit, at least until we get to this first big climb. Raining. Definitely don't want to be toward the back of the peloton right now. As long as you don't speed it up to ×4 speed, which will be the next level up, you can still hear the commentary. If you went to ×4, basically you can't hear the commentary anymore. You'll still get the messages up at the top of the screen here, which give you kind of an indication of what the commentary said, but it's a little bit down. There you go, crash, 5 of them, including their leader. Supposedly, whenever it's red, supposedly it's a kind of not necessarily a race favorite, but somebody that
is too much for several riders.
Our team leader, Alright, we're starting up this climb. Slow it down a little bit and see what happens. If anybody's trying to attack. And breakaway is after just about 5 minutes. Like we might be trying to start reeling it back in now. If you look at my heart rate, it's at 144, which is pretty strong at this point. Do this, see if there's any favorites here. Cabrelli. I don't even know what team feeling he's on the team with the blue jersey.
The pack is reducing the
Maybe
advantage
the green.
with every turn of the pedal.
I can't find him. Hoogerland. They're definitely slowed down toward the top of the climb in the steeper part. My heartbeat went way down. This little arrow here means I'm trending toward a negative race day condition. Basically because it's the beginning of the year. Not necessarily at a good fitness level in terms of racing. Freshness is good, but fitness and rhythm are down. Certainly no tiredness at this point. But maybe all that chasing at the beginning
The teams can't be too worried about
kind of put me in a bind. You can see the green bar here kind of indicates your tiredness for the day. When that goes down, that's the more effort you put out, the quicker that'll go down. The red bar is your attack and sprint energy. If you hit attack or sprint, that'll go down quickly. If you try to go at 90% effort, it'll go down pretty quickly. The yellow bar is your effort. Basically, around 60% on the flat surface, it won't really go nowhere. It might be a little lower for me right now since I'm brand new. My numbers aren't too good. But once you start getting out above 60% effort, this will start to go down. You can recover on a downhill. I just seen it moved up one little bump there.
We're halfway to the finish line. The team leaders should be coming more and
So
more
you
to the
can
fore.
give out some effort on a climb and then recover a little bit on the downhill. Same thing with the red bar. Once it goes down, it'll fill up pretty quickly. It'll even fill up back up if you're giving a pretty good effort. It's not like above 85. You see the numbers blinking. We're going basically pretty much 70% effort right now. My heartbeat's up in the yellow. Time you get over 141 or so, you're in the yellow. Get up there in the 160s, you're in the darker yellow, and over that it starts getting red. Okay, so you can see we've already went down to a -3 race day condition. It's still temporary until it gets the little colored box around it. Speed up through this flat area a little bit. Not sure if that's partially related to weather. Red numbers starting to blink a little bit. We're chasing pretty hard right
Breakaway
now.
is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
See, my heartbeat is higher than my teammates. I don't know
So
if that's
this is the
because I'm
last
right
third
at
of
the
the
front.
race. Anyone who is gunning for victory has got to make a move fairly soon.
Might see my effort bar start to drop a little bit. We maintain this pace for long. Alright, we're getting ready to come to the climb. I'm going to slow it down.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
My climbing's not great yet.
Several
And
riders
we
are
got some
attempting to
attackers
break
going on
away.
the front here. going to try to chase it down, which is going to make it tough on me to hang with this group, but we'll see if I can stay with them. They're not really pulling away from me at the 70%, so I am falling back just a little bit. Crank it up to 72, if that can help a little bit. Yeah, now I'm kind of staying at the right speed. Some pretty steep sections through there. It is blinking, but I'm hanging in there. Alright. Now we're on the downhill. See if we can recover a little bit. Oh, they are rolling. Not going to recover like that. You can crank it up a little bit, even at 80. It's blinking.
There are several riders who can't
And
keep up with the
-3
pace.
is not helping. Plus my low numbers on pretty much everything. Even that 67 and climbing, still a low number. I am with the group still. I don't know for how long I can stay with them because my energy is just draining. And 160 some
The
heartbeat
pack is slowly
just to
whittling
stay.
away the lead. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. There's a faller in the pack. A rider is flat on the road.
-5. That's the lowest race day condition you can get. And that's what I got today. So probably will not finish with the lead group or even the main group. Might fall out of the pack. I have to wait and see what happens. And we're less than a minute and a half from the breakaway group, so they're chasing harder toward that second breakaway group than they are the first one. And we've caught them.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
80's keeping me right there with the group, but I am draining of energy. Later on in my career, I'll be able to win this race easily. But right now, having trouble just staying with the group. And I'm blinking there. Yep, now I'm blinking. 80% is not really enough to hold my position. I can't go any higher.
A rider is looking to give the pack the slip.
Still in touch with the group. Oh, almost completely out of energy. Once that goes, then my red bar will start to go, and that'll be it for me. I'll be toast. Can alleviate that a little bit. Pause just a second. And crank this down to 60. And just put it on effort. Actually, no, let's just put it there. And we'll see. It'll definitely blink, and I'll definitely fall back. But maybe I can regain a little bit of my effort. Energy, yeah, it's starting to come up a little bit. But I am going to lose the group. Alright, I'm going to hit the effort button now. See if I can just hang on to the tail here.
The group is slowly thinning out due to
Well,
such
it's only a
frantic
group
pace.
of 25. Or now it's 30, but that's all. It's a group of 30 out in front. I am in the second group of 12 riders. I'm actually leading them, so I don't really know that I want to do that. They're using me to gain
I see a rider
energy.
with a flat tire. It's happened at a very bad time.
They got some relayers. Oh, flat tire, right in the middle of the road.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15
15
kilometers road
kilometers
sign.
to go. Peloton's down to 29. And nobody jumped out in front, so they came back to it. And now we're back with the main group. All right. So I'm probably just going to leave it here on 60 until the very end. See if I can do something. I've actually made it back to the front of the pack, and I'm doing the leading now. So I'm going to hit the little position until we start the climb. See, I'm blinking. It says 60 is not enough to hang in, but I am hanging in.
Fall in the pack. Apparently,
Oh, my leader
the leader
fell.
is on the ground. The riders are entering the last 10 kilometers of the stage. A fall just took place in the pack. Several riders are on the ground.
They are leaving
The
me.
riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
I don't want to get stuck behind
That's the
traffic.
end of the
Yeah, hit
breakaway.
to
The
the
pack
side.
gave them no chance.
They're going to pull away from me now. We're in a big group now, Peloton at 83. There is one breakaway rider now,
It's going to leave a good few in its wake.
and that's Cabrelli. Or no, he's trying to get off. That's that second group, E2, Cabrelli and someone. Staying with the Peloton. Oh, now there's a bigger group off the front.
Only 5
I am
kilometers
with the
left.
Peloton now. I don't know for how long. Yeah, now there's bigger groups off the front. Now it says I'm in an escape group of 20, but there's an escape group of 20 ahead of us, so kind of like 2 or 3 Pelotons going right now, 20 riders each. I might have something left. Oh, I forgot my energy boost.
Congratulations.
There's
He
the finish,
resisted the
and we're
comeback
still
of the pack
3.2
and
from the
enjoyed
finish.
his
I'm
win.
going to go ahead and start sprinting. And that's going to run out way before the finish. If I can catch the tail end of this other group. Nope. I'm basically helping these other guys get up. I'm just going to go back to 60. 62. Alright. I finished in escape group number 9. I don't know where that puts me in the finish, but we'll see
We're
once
waiting
this
for
race
the
is
back
over.
markers who appear to be
Speed it
fairly
up, let
numerous
everybody
in
come
this
in.
difficult race. Now for the race highlights.
Alright. I think that's Cabrelli was the winner. And a little group of 3 behind him. Alright. Here are the race results. Yep, Cabrelli is the strongest. He finished 30 seconds ahead of these 3, and then 59 ahead of these 3. And then there was a little bigger group at 129 down to 17th. And then 330 was one guy, 353. And there was their teammate, Philip Guimond. He finished 36, 353 behind. And I made that group too at 46th, also 353 behind. Our next teammate was Ryan Anderson. He finished 49th at 5 minutes behind. He led that group in. And there are no mountain or sprint points here, young riders. There is a team. The team finished 11th, 9:48 back. So that's it for that race. We got first race finished in Continental. We got 10 bonus points for that. So that puts us almost done with level 7. We do have another race coming up in 1, 2, 3 on their 4th day from now. You can see our condition will not be up to full before that one. It's a mostly flat race. Let's see, if I move that to 2, it will move up a little bit. That'll also bring our fitness down, so let's just leave it there. It's very possible that we could recover that on that rest day. We might recover more than that right there. But okay, so that's our first race over with. That's going to do it for this episode. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment if you'd like. Don't know if anyone's really into cycling games. Probably not, but I like it. I'm having fun, and so we'll see how far this goes. Again, thanks everyone for watching. This is the Gray Cat signing off. Have a great day.